Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to another What's Up live stream. This time we are going up some big bloody hills. Well, one big bloody hill and one nasty fast leg snapping hill called the LegSnapper. This is the Monday night KATT race. For anybody that doesn't know, we are racing one lap of the UCI, Innsbruck UCI World Championships short course. Actually, I could have read that from the top of the screen. That would have been easier than trying to remember it. I'm in category D again, which, despite a lot of sandbaggers that I've come across recently, I'm actually legitimately in the Ds. I'd like to call out some of the guys that definitely shouldn't be here, but I'll give them a stay of execution, I think. So we're going up the big climb. Down the big climb, then when you think it's all over, you've got the LegSnapper before that nasty final couple of kilometres where all hell breaks loose. But with all that said, I really love this course, so I'm actually looking forward to it, and I'm feeling quite good despite the last 3-4 days or whatever of racing. Let me just get the chat up on my screen so I can... Whoop, what have I done now? Are you all still there? Music too loud again, is it? Okay. Alright, let's bring that down a bit. Is that better? Right, in the race tonight, I know in the Ds I'm being joined by Mr. Paul Trilk. I saw him there. I think Andrew Lawrence is going to join me for a little while. Mike Mitchell, I think. I haven't seen his name come up, but I think he was going to try and join me. So that's a throwback for me, racing with Mike Mitchell back in the good old days. Cheers, Martin, for confirming that the sound's all good. Yeah, and this, despite me feeling pretty good for the last couple of days, well, not Friday, the last 2 days, we'll say, this might be a little bit too much for me, but give it a go. Why not? There may be less talking, which some of you will be grateful for. while I'm trying to breathe and ride and talk at the same time, my performances go out the window, as you have all experienced over the years. So I might zip it for large chunks of this race, but I think I've said that before anyway. Right, in the chat, just say hello to Martin Overwick, Darren Hunter, Keith Denton. Oh, Keith, you'll be doing the Stampede race, won't you? Good to see you, man. Ralph Aliash. I'm pretty sure I saw, hang on. Oh no, I was going to say I saw Brian Roden, but he's actually in the race. Just want to make sure I'm not missing anybody. It's always so good to have you guys in the chat. It makes these races go much quicker for me, if nothing else. I do take a little bit of stick from you, but that's part of the course, so I'm pretty used to it over the years. And as I mentioned before, I'm pretty sure most of you are here to see me in some kind of pain, so you may very well be in the right place tonight. So anyway, thanks for coming along, thanks for watching. 40 seconds to go, fan is on, bottles filled, don't need to take any additional clothing layers off. Actually all good to go. Oh, Brian Roden is here, he's racing and watching. Len Capel as well, great to see you. Oh, Darren's off. Well, thanks for showing up just for the intro, Darren. I appreciate it. Let me know if the new McLaren Formula 1 car is actually noticeably different from last year's. I know they're unveiling that shortly, and I was hoping to watch that, but here we go. Hey, Shane Blackmore's here. Right, anyway, stop reading the chat. I'm certainly not bursting away from the line. This is a long, hilly one, so gentleish start. And away we go. Good luck, everyone. Have a good race. Christ, there's a lot of us. Oh, I forget that it's a because it's a jersey unlock event. We all have to wear the same jersey as well to unlock the kit at the top of the end of the race. I know that makes it confusing from a racing perspective, but it's the only way I could have this as a jersey unlock event. Hey, Toxicity, Helena, great to see you both. This is 24 kilometres. A large chunk of it is uphill, so if you're asking how long in terms of time, you might want to keep your next couple of days free. Hey Tor, good to see you, man. Thanks, buddy. The only difference with the McLaren is the Mercedes engine. Yeah, I'm just wondering visually whether 2021 cars are going to look any different. Full gas markers from Len, no. This is already probably faster than I should be going at this early stage. I need self-preservation here. See Andrew Lawrence in this bunch with me. Keith D is up there. I know he tends to use this as a warm-up, doesn't he, for the Stampede. But he's in that bunch just 2 seconds ahead. Great to see you guys. So around me is Fonseca, VDL, Ponsford, Steele, Rennick, Lawrence, Byrne. And like I say, Keith D and then Lamachi just a couple of seconds further up. Hey Pickles, cheers man for the ride on. I think you're in here somewhere, and if you're not, you should be. Hey Keb's here, good to see you mate. Ralph, Lando is a cool fella. I absolutely agree. I think he's a breath of fresh air for Formula 1. Quite a lot of the new young lads are, but Lando in particular. More so his relationship with Carlos Sainz. They're restricted because of going to Mercedes engines. They're restricted in any other changes that they can make. So I assume they're running last year's Mercedes engine. Would that be right? So the car needs to be set up as a 2020 spec effectively. Or am I making that up completely? Kev, I know you're at work, which is why you're not racing, so I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to be watching a live stream. Some middle-aged guy in his shed while you're at work. Well, there's Paul Maersk, just ahead. Riding on rollers, I should imagine, tonight. Hey, cheers, Sean. Good to see you, man. Thanks for the ride on. It still feels like too much power for this early stage of the race when we're riding on relatively flat. Cheers, Darren. Totally agree again, Ralph. What a shame, eh? I'm sure this has been discussed to death, but poor old George, in his opportunity in the Mercedes last year. I'm not going to spark off the conspiracy theories, but be interested to know your thoughts on whether that was kind of this is all a little bit too close for comfort from certain people within Mercedes. We can't have George doing this well in our car right now. I don't believe they would sabotage their own race, whoever was in the car, but you never know. Fair enough, Kev. It's a very good point. If you're the boss, you can watch whatever you like in the privacy of your own workplace. Within reason. I'm definitely going too hard now. I've got Keith, Paul, Ponsford, Lawrence, VDL, Rennick, all still bunched around me. Alright, for anyone that's not familiar with this course, look at the top right as I get a ride on from Mr. Visser. Cheers, buddy. If you look at the top right, you will see where my little orange dot is. We're about to go up that not insignificant lump in the middle of the graph there. And here we go. Alright, I've got to hold it in. Got to contain myself. This goes on for longer than I ever expect. So I just work with these guys. Oh, is that right? Thank you, Toxicity. I'm so behind on how far Formula 1 has come. I'm one of those kind of sour grape people that kind of switched off from the front of the field for a couple of years. Certainly nothing to do with being anti-Hamilton, anti-Mercedes or anything, because I'm a mad Schumacher fan and he had exactly the same. But it just seemed there was always someone there, or a lot of the time there was someone there to make it an interesting-ish race at the front when Schumacher was dominating. And obviously the only hope in recent years, Max Verstappen aside, but realistically the only hope was Bottas, and he's just not been any challenge at all. So I've watched Formula 1 from third position backwards most weeks, as have a lot of people, I think. In actual fact, F2 was bloody amazing this year. Yeah, you do wonder how Hamilton and George Russell would be as teammates. It's such a shame for Bottas. Prior to the Mercedes switch, he was kind of the Max Verstappen of the field. Up and coming, seriously raw speed. But you just can't help feel that he'll always be kept in his place. And having done that for a couple of years, I think he now just hasn't got that drive and that pure ability to wring the neck of the car every week. Oh, Schumacher, I don't know. I follow every news story I can find. When I say I was a big fan of him, seriously, I had a ridiculous obsession. So that was obviously absolutely devastating, as it was for so many people. But I don't know, you hear things from one paper or one report that he's more able than from the report you read the next day or week. Regarding Mick, I actually think he's going to take a couple of seasons if he gets a couple of seasons. What's that, Kev? Time to use your power up, the ventilator. I did 3 puffs just before I came on air. I'll probably need another 3 at least just before I get to the top of this climb. Andrew Lawrence is doing an awesome job for me here. Thank you, buddy. I don't want to keep going on about the Formula 1 and motorsport. That's not really what we're here for, but I don't know if anyone knows, but myself and Rin Visser have been locked for the last few weeks in a little competition on F1 where each Sunday one of us picks a route and it's just hot lap time, so you can get the best time. We've switched things up a little bit this week, and we're switching over to GT cars, or I think it's actually an LMP car, and we're going to do the Nordschleifer. So that should be interesting. I won't tell you who's ahead from the previous couple of weeks. I don't think I have to. Sorry, Ring. No, I'm not on the Tempest. I'm on my Cervelo R2 2016 Cervelo R2, and I absolutely love it. I think if ever I upgrade my road bike, I will strip this down to the frame, hang the frame on the wall, sell the components, or maybe just build a new bike with those components, but the frame will go on the wall. All sounds a little bit over romantic, but this bike gave me opportunities I've never had before in my life, and I've met people whilst on this bike. I know it's a bike, it's not, you know, wouldn't matter which bike it was, but kind of makes it more enjoyable if you really love the machine you're on. Three puffs and I didn't blow the shed down. You cheeky sod. This thing's bloody solid now. Not the original shed, granted. But the fact that I've effectively built another shed within it, rock solid. Apart from the doors, they still rattle around a bit. Yeah, very difficult track, Nordschleifer. And stupidly, it was kind of my suggestion, but I haven't done anything on it since I used to play. It was either the original Forza game or Forza 2 around 2007, 2008. I used to race with my brother. Admittedly, I did a lot of laps, but I can't remember any of it. Ring's already set a couple of times this week. I've not even gone there yet. So maybe that's something I'll do if I'm still alive at the end of this race. Cheers, Toxicity. Yeah, let me know what you think. Is it just the same? I mean, I assume it's going to be the same livery with the orange and blue, but have they shifted the balance from one colour to the other? Or yeah, let me know what you think. I'm getting the creaks back in my pedals and my turbo trainer a bit, so I'm going to have to do the old nail clamp clean up on the turbo and then put a bit of lube on my cleats. Joe, it was really weird. I was working in here today with the door open and I wasn't even cold. Very strange. The snow was all gone. It was dull and miserable when I woke up, but by the time I'd settled down with a cup of coffee at my desk with my computer, sun was beaming through the doors. It was nice. Hey Johnny, good to see you, man. Thanks for the encouragement. And Gordon, hello mate, great to see you. I'm just holding a pace that I think will keep my heart rate at or below 175 BPM. That seems to be my kind of comfort zone at the moment, while still moving. Hey, Mr. Money. Thank you, buddy. Always great to see you. No, very true, Ralph. I don't think I've ever been this close to Paul Maersk on a climb. I can only assume he's on his rollers. One of the rollers has jammed, or one of his legs has fallen off. Okay, still stopped. Unlucky. Or maybe just having a rest. Yeah, good luck, Keith. Go and give Tor a torrid time on the Stampede. By the way, I'm still waiting to hear back from ZWIFT regarding our Just Do It time trials. And I've requested the around 1 PM on a Sunday, every Sunday, which I think will work really nicely. So I will obviously let everyone know as soon as I do. This must be hard for Paul to keep his balance on the rollers going as slow as I am. Dude, I really appreciate the help and the company. But go and have your race, man. Go and enjoy yourself. I'm going to quickly try and flick forward, see if I can see what's going on at the front. Alright, well there's Maria Trilk. She's in the C's. I'm pretty sure Paul was in the D's. Can't see him. No way I'm ahead of him. Anyway, let's keep going forwards if I can. Oh, come on. Oh, that was Paul Trilk I just clicked on. I'm so far back it's going to take me a while to get up to the front. Oh, I've just seen Pickles, he's in here, good man. There's Paul Bailey, Brian Roden, Ojan Lovedale. Giles blundered. So we're getting up in the top 10 now. Good job, man. Top 10 at the moment. Blundered, Bayer, Wides, De Jong, Koska, Tigelaar, Mayjam, M Rydon, and B up front. I'm going to have to go back to me because it's getting steeper and I don't want to be slowing down too much. I'm okay. Paul's got bored and has just gone. Cheers, Kev, my channel ambassador. Yeah, you're totally right, that's disgusting. 22 people here. If you actually don't like it, that's fair enough, but I can only assume you're kind of enjoying it, the fact that you're even here. So come on, whack the old like button. Help the channel out. You know, when I've got like 15,000 concurrent viewers, I'll still remember you guys as the originals, you know, for a week or so. Cheers, Gordon. Jesus Christ, I don't think we're even halfway on the hill, are we? I've got S. Bauman on my wheel now. I've forgotten the names of everyone I was with. Most of them, to be honest, were just riding with me until they jumped off. So I know Keith and Andrew were here and have pulled out, but I don't know whether I've gone ahead or dropped well behind the other guys I was riding with. Yeah, Kev. It's either Darren Hunter or Darren Smith has not liked it, has hit the old dislike. Hey, Zed Sprocket. Thanks, dude. I think I saw your name actually. I will try and give some ride-ons in a bit. Yeah, I'm not going to change my pace to either try and drop or try and chase people at the moment. Like I say, I try to keep around or less than 175 beats per minute. Who's just ranting on Toxicity? Are you talking about this channel or the McLaren unveil? that ranting on could apply to both, I'd imagine. Hey, Mr. Josiah. Good to see you, man. Thanks for the ride on. You know, it was really hard. Just before this race, I had to eat about an hour or so before, and Emma was cooking like pie and mash. I could smell it, but I ate like a bowl of grain, basically, like some muesli. Oh, they're talking to Lando. Cool. I'd love for him to have a really strong season. Mix it up with the front boys. I'm definitely getting caught by Fonseca from the Tugers. Was K Steele, was that the one that was stopped? So clearly having a rest or had some kind of problem. Is well and truly back on it now. Yes, Kev, I will do my best to be finished before the end of your shift. I have to be. There's a Liverpool match on TV tomorrow night. I need to be free for. Put myself through more misery watching them. Hey Daniel, Dan Lale from back in the day. Thank you, buddy. So good to see your name. I hope you're keeping well. Life's good at the moment for you. I've actually just overtaken Paul Maersk on a hill, albeit the flattest part of this particular hill. Hey Percy, hello buddy, great to see you. Hiya Jane, great to see you, thanks very much for the encouragement. Oh, don't do a change off, please don't do a change off. Ooh, I think I saved it. Virtually stopped, but at least the chain is still attached. Retire at the peak. I'm thinking the descent will give me just enough energy back in the tank so I can at least make it to the finish. I'll let you know when we get to the bottom of the LegSnapper. Oh, oh, you mean the peak of my performance in terms of overtaking Paul on a climb? Yeah, you're totally right. I should have just thrown in the towel there and then. taking a quick screenshot, done. Thank you, Arhineman, for the ride on. Hey, Scott. Cheers, buddy. Were you guys in the Go-Go Juice, were you riding somewhere tonight? If so, I hope it went well. Yeah, you're right, Jane. I'm relieved to see that the chain's still in one piece and still on the bike. I felt so sorry for Nadia. She took it like a champ though, as always. Oh, by the way, I have put my weight down on ZWIFT tonight from 85.5 kilograms to 83. So I am actually 82.5 kilograms right now. Super proud of myself. Just from eating a bit better, not really dieting at all, but just cutting out things that were obviously horrible and terrible for me. And hardly had any drink. I had a glass of wine yesterday, small one, and half a bottle of Budweiser on Friday night. Hey, Jay Bonacorda, thanks very much, my friend. So I thought it was time I made this a little bit easier on myself and put my actual weight in. I'll keep it there until I lose at least another couple of kilograms, I think. Still no car unveiled by McLaren. Oh man, they're milking this. This better be like the F1 cars that end all F1 cars by the time they take the covers off it. Okay, I got Pritchard right on my ass. Oh my god, I hope you're joking, Toxicity. That never works. Ricardo and Lando were actually going to like release a record. Oh. What zone am I riding? I mean, this isn't far off my most recent FTP, if I'm honest with you. I think I can go, I mean, I can push up to sort of early 180s on my heart rate, so I've got a little bit left there. But when I did that the other night, I had terrible pain in my lungs and my back. So, I don't know, what would be 5% off FTP? That's what zone I'm in anyway. The promise of a new bike, yeah. Yeah, that puts a smile on anyone's face. I'd manage to smile if my turbo trainer blew up mid-race. If I knew I had like a kicker bike on transit on its way to me. Oh yeah, you're right, Kev, sorry. Alright, there you go. There's the graph. So, mainly green, bit of yellow, bit of blue, bit of red. But predominantly green, I'd say. What does that mean? Thing is, I think that's based on whatever my FTP is set out, which I think is 223, and that was pre-COVID, pre-disappearing for a few months. So I would say my FTP is probably at best like 225, 210, something like that. Oh my God, you're not joking. Lando and Danny Rick releasing a record. I mean, I don't know. Has that ever worked for anybody, any sportsman, successfully releasing a song and it not just becoming future humiliation for them? Mini Tage, is that? Good evening and welcome to the chat. For the race sim, assuming you mean the car racing, my sim of choice is Assetto Corsa Competizione, but I was forced to switch to F1 for Rink, just to give him a fighting chance really, which kind of backfired on him, but hey ho. But he's agreed to do the Nürburgring or the Nordschleife on the original Assetto Corsa for our next challenge. Once I'm better set up, I will start streaming some of the sim races as well over on my personal channel. So if you are interested, check out Marcus Neal WKG channel. No, Marcus Neal YouTube channel. Shameless plug. What's the song? Keep Your Motor Running. They should be alright, they got a Mercedes. Okay, Rennick has now joined our little quartet of myself, Pritchard, Maersk and Rennick. So I'm thinking possibly these are the guys, not Paul, but Rennick and Pritchard. I'm thinking these are potentially my targets now for the race. Oh no, Danny Rick's playing the guitar. Oh, I mean look, only a few of you know I am an incredibly talented musician. I'm an absolute whiz on the guitar, piano and saxophone, but I know it would be damaging to the incredible reputation I've built up as a top level bike racer, sim racer, if I were to start talking about releasing music. Stick to what you're good at. Zone 1, grey, is recovery below 6%. Okay. It looks like have I done that anywhere? No. I'll wait till I'm over the top of the hill. Be grey all the way down. Green is tempo. Okay. Yeah, that sounds about right. I'd say I'm I'm tempo for what my previous FTP is. So I'd say I'm kind of like the top end of it. Hey, Dusty. Yeah, do you know what? It is a tough course, but of all the ones we do on this Monday night KATT, this is one of the more manageable ones. Alright, orange is VO2 max, and red is anaerobic. Okay, so I've done a couple of VO2s. I think I had about half a second of anaerobic. Generally speaking, I'm threshold. No. Yeah. No, tempo. Green yellow's around sweet spot, yeah. Gotcha. Well, we're nearly at the top anyway. So, oh, Rennick's blasted away. I didn't even spot that. That's annoying. Alright, I'll stay with Pritchard at the very least. Make sure I come over the top together. And hope my weight will be an advantage on the way down. Grey and red, not my thing. the red's definitely not. Oh, a nice aero. A lovely jubbly. Yeah, Mini, I think it's slightly longer than 20 minutes for me, but yeah, it would work well as almost an FTP test. Gordon, sprint downhill coming? No. Rest downhill coming. This does get steeper than this, right? Can't remember, it's been a while. Here we go. Alright, let's get a bit of speed. And relax. What I'll do is, if it looks like I'm gaining on Rennick in front, which I am very slowly, I think, I will give this a bit of a kick towards the bottom of this hill, so I can carry good momentum onto the flat. In fact, I need a bit of a kick now, don't I? Anyway, while I'm not doing much, not much going on. How was everyone's Valentine's weekend? Hope you all enjoyed yourselves. It was spoiled and spoiled your significant others if you have one. Yeah, you're right, Dusty, power up gods. I'm always moaning about the power up gods. But they gave me exactly what I needed at the top of that hill. Okay, I pulled back a good few seconds on Rennick. So, let's continue to draft pull a little bit longer, and then I'm going to attack the bottom part of this climb and hope that it gives me a little bit of a slingshot into the flat. If I can get close before the LegSnapper, depending on how much I've hurt myself, we'll have a go at coming up to Rennick. Alright, let's get going again for a little bit while it levels off. We've still got the circuit to do, so we come up over the LegSnapper, through the sprint, over the bridge, and then that sort of couple of kilometre drag to the line. Okay, there's Rennick, 7 seconds up the road. Hey, KW, which I think is Kevin Wilshire. Great to see you, man. I have a distinct advantage over Rennick in the shape of Paul Maersk. So, I should feel bad. I don't. Because I'm sure he'll jump in with us if we reach him anyway. Nath or Nath. I'm going to say Nath. Yeah. 92. Dance music. Absolutely right. Can't go wrong, surely. Cheers, Brian. Right, that means you've finished if you're giving me ride-ons. Yeah, that's right, Minnie. One last climb. The LegSnapper, 500 metres of absolute torture most of the time. I don't have an aero, unfortunately. Oh, I've got an aero man. Yeah. In the shape of Paul Maersk. Very aero man. Although Rennick is pulling away from us at the moment. So, I'm going to have to give it some up the hill, aren't I? Oh, balls. Is that the closest you can ever get to drafting when you're drafting someone? I hope I was actually benefiting from the draft then, not just having a cuddle. Oh, nice one, G Blundred, first in the B's, good stuff, dude. Hey, Lewis Madeira, great to see you, man. Thanks for the ride on. Does my mic still go funny every time I go, hey? I've been messing around with the compression. Just can't seem to find a sweet spot. Ah, this is beautiful, Paul. Pulling me back in towards Rennick. Love it. Matt King, my man. Great to see you. Anyone who hasn't already, go and check out Target 2.5 on YouTube. Matthew King's ZWIFT journey. Absolutely brilliant videos. Okay. Oh, it's far too high. Yeah, you're not wrong, Dusty. Paul Mercer, absolute legend. Couldn't have done this without him. Rennick would kick my ass. Oh man, I need a rest. Only a couple of Ks to go now, but these drag. Sorry, I'm not focusing on the chat at the moment. Got slightly fuzzy vision and trying to concentrate on the back of Paul's wheel. I'm wondering if we can catch Valentine. Under 3 watts per kilogram. I have to, man. I have pains in my lungs and my back when my heart rate gets too high, and I'm happy to ease it back under 175 for the moment. I'll give it some in a moment because it won't matter if I'm in pain once I cross the line. I'd really like to get Valentine. Okay, let's up it a little bit. Alright, it's going to have to be now, even if I burn out. Oh, sorry guys, I have not got it at all. I've got no kick without it hurting with my heart rate up there. Valentine had the kick. Oh, well, what can I say other than Mr. Paul Maersk? Thank you, thank you, thank you, my friend. Absolutely brilliant. Oh, totally made that race for me. Really appreciate it. Oh, and you guys in the chat with the encouragement, thank you all so much. Definitely helps. Nath coaching me towards the end there. Love it. I did see it even if I wasn't responding. But yeah, that's as much as I had in me, I'm afraid. But I'll take it. It's I completed it, not quickly, but there's still riders behind me, so that can't be terrible. Let me just check the D category. Okay, it looks like 18th with quite a few disqualifications. Well, thanks again. So ignoring the really obvious DQs in the Ds, I would say the winner, questionably A. Strolia or A. Thompson. More realistically, Paul Trilk. Good job, man. I'll give you a ride-ons in a second. Ponsford was one I was with on the climb, so I was well and truly left behind by them. Valentine was too strong in the end. He was up at the sort of 5.5 watts per kilogram in the last couple of 100 metres, so I was never going to catch him, but we gave it a try. But anyway, Mr. Maersk, first ride on goes to you. Thank you so much, dude. Right, the chat is obviously really behind because I'm getting told to push by Nate. So I think when I see the chat, it's well behind the actual event. Okay, so the overall winners: B. Hansen, G. de Jong, S. Maidam, Actually, hang on. This is the overall, this is the A, so it should be the overall winners. Let me go back up. Sounds like I still not indexed the gears. Do you know what, they are indexed, but when the bike's on the trainer, this is something I've mentioned in previous videos, I think I'm missing some kind of spacer or something to do with attaching this bike to the trainer, because it pulls the indexing very slightly out, and that's what's causing me chain drops, because when this bike's out on the road it's silent, smooth, and I very rarely get chain drops. But in the third and fourth cog I just get a little bit of rattling always, no matter how much I try and index it. If I concentrate and prioritise those gears, it goes out elsewhere, but I have to just put up with it when it's on this turbo, unfortunately. I might try and see if I can get my Planet X on here at some point, but I wonder if the gearing's any good for racing anyway. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So Hansen, De Jong, Maydam, Tigela, Dedi, M. Rydon, D. Koska, M. Wides, B. McChrystal and E. Bayer are your top 10. Well done, everybody. And then you only have to come down to 13th for Giles Blundred, who won the Bs, mixing it in with the As. Excellent performance, man. Thank you, Minnie. Yeah, I tried. Thanks so much for the encouragement and the chat, everyone. Really good. So, toxicity. The only difference of the car is the diffuser is smaller and the back of the car is more compact. Okay. I'll go and check it out now anyway, but yeah, I figured none of them will look that different. I'd get 20 years in jail if you were breathing down the phone like that. Have another puff. I don't think I can hold it in at the moment, Kev. I'll have to wait until it's calmed down a little bit, and then I'll shoot the old salbutamol. Right, anyway, I'm going to wrap up, go and have a shower, grab that pie and mash that has been calling me for an hour and a half. Thank you all so much again for the encouragement and for just participating. It makes these so much more enjoyable. I've been absolutely loving doing these live streams recently, so it's an absolute pleasure to have you all with me. Thank you everybody that rode. Brilliant field, brilliant turnout again, as always. And I think that's it. Until next time, take it easy.